I'm testing the carnivore diet, so you don't have to. If you're thinking about going carnivore, watch this video before starting. I'll try to do this as raw as possible without fancy editings and so on. Let's just go a bit back and talk about before the carnivore diet. I was for a few months on a keto/low carb diet. The thing is that your body is adapted to take carbs as fuel, and when you cut them out and your body is not used to it, you will feel like real shit. At the beginning, not eating so many carbs, I was just eating carbs coming from mainly fruits, so bananas and so on. I completely stopped eating rice, pasta and pizzas and so on. And trust me, your workouts will suffer. And this is what I suggest to people, that when you are starting out, maybe don't cold turkey immediately to carnivore. Just try a keto, a low carb, or let's say a Paul Saladino animal based diet, where you just get rid of pasta, rice and so on, and stick with carbohydrates coming from fruits. At least you will have those. Coming back to the low carb keto diet, I really was struggling when I started this diet, because as I said, the body, when it's used to take carbs, or when you eat a lot of carbs, it takes the carbs as fuel. And when you don't eat carbs and your body is saying, hey, what the heck, why isn't he giving me, or why isn't he eating any carbs? Trust me, you will feel like shit. Your workouts will suffer. You will have I experienced mild headaches while being on the keto and low carb diet. The first few weeks I experienced some headaches, but it went off really quickly. What made me switch to the carnivore diet? I really don't know. It was just like I was curious what all the fuss is about. And secondly, how my body and mind will perform in a carnivore diet, because eliminating all the carbs, I was also interested in how does the body even function without any carbs? Do we even need carbs? And how about fiber? If you don't eat any fiber, because on the carnivore diet you don't have it, how will I poop? All these questions came up, and I did some research, and here are the answers for it. With the glucose, it's very simple. Your body does something that is called gluconeogenesis. So your body takes the protein and the fat from the meat and converts it automatically into glucose. So your body produces its own glucose. You don't have to give it glucose. So essentially, your body doesn't need carbs to survive, which made sense for me. Let's say, maybe it doesn't make sense for you, but if you think about it, thousand years ago, when you were hunting and eating just meat, or they were like our ancestors were, and on winter they didn't have any vegetables, so they couldn't go to a shop and buy bread or rice or whatsoever. The only thing they had to rely on is meat. So our body just adapted over time, which is normal. What about fiber? You need fiber in order to poop adequately and in order to poop good. This is what people think, and this is what the majority of people thought until now. Or let's say studies shows more and more that when you are on a carnivore diet, or when you are almost just eating meat, your stomach or your gut absorbs everything with little to no waste. So fiber, you just need fiber if your stomach or your gut can't absorb everything, and fiber just helps to digest it. So if you eat just meat, your body basically doesn't need the fiber to digest, because everything is absorbed by the gut or by the stomach. So you don't need fiber in order to poop, because there's no waste. Everything is absorbed. Those were the biggest questions that I had when jumping on the carnivore diet, and I did some research, and I told myself, okay, the research clearly shows me that you can be on a carnivore diet and function efficiently, so why not give it a shot and see what's all about. So my experience on a carnivore diet, I tell everybody that, yeah, it's a bit extreme, and yes, you have some social awkwardness, let's say, when you're going to eat out with friends, or when you are somewhere with friends and you're eating out, you basically have to choose a restaurant that serves meat, or you say for this night, fuck it, I will maybe not eat meat and eat something else. But then again, you are then breaking your carnivore streak, let's say. So that's the social aspect of it. The other thing is it eliminates all the guesswork when it comes to actually cooking food, because you're just eating meat. One of the biggest problems that I had in the past when dieting, for example, I didn't know what to cook. I ate, for example, rice and chicken all the time, or I wanted some variety and I didn't know what to cook, and I went to the grocery shopping and I told myself, well, what I'm going to buy for the whole week. Now all this guesswork is kind of eliminated, because I know that I just buy ribeye steaks, minced meat, eggs, a bit of raw milk. Yes, I know milk is kind of a gray zone when it comes to the carnivore diet. Should you drink it? Because it has a bit of carbohydrates, not a lot, but still I drink it. It has all the essential amino acids and I feel great in it. Maybe I'll eliminate it later, but for now I drink a bit of raw milk every day. So my point being is it eliminates all the guesswork, so you know exactly what you are going to eat during the day and during the week and during all the following months. Another topic I want to talk about is how good you feel in terms of satiating. So when you eat meat, because it has a lot of protein, you will be very satiated after eating, for example, 2 ribeye steaks of, let's say, 500 grams. Trust me, the next hours you will not feel any hunger and you will not feel any cravings, because you'll be very satiated. Protein satiates you longer than carbs or fats, so you will have no cravings, no sugar cravings. You will feel very good during the entire day, and I feel very energized during the day when I eat only meat. And don't forget that you have no blood sugar spikes, no insulin spikes, so like nothing. So during the whole day there are no crashes, like you don't crash down. In the morning, if you have a breakfast full of carbohydrates, or even at lunch you eat a pizza, later on you'll crash because the blood sugar will dip and you'll feel like bleh. You'll feel like, bleh. Exactly. Tired, I mean. I've been on a carnivore for 1 month. The other thing that I noticed is your brain fog. It's like when just eating on a carnivore diet, you get rid of all the brain fog, I have the feeling, because it like detoxes your body a bit. I don't know if it's a bit placebo or I don't know, but I feel very good in just eating meat. I don't know if it's just because the carbohydrates made your basically eating carbohydrates equals to too much glucose that your liver have to manage, and so because you have no blood sugar spikes and so on, as I mentioned before, everything is really detoxicating. Like I don't feel any bloating on my stomach because of all the carbohydrates. I feel actually very, very good, and I really have a clear mind when it comes to focus. I can focus for hours without being distracted. I can focus for hours without actually looking at my phone, or without having the need to have a break because I can't manage it anymore. Really, when it comes to clarity, when it comes to focus and brain fog, I have no brain fog. So when it comes to this, I feel very, very good on this particular diet. Will I continue with the carnivore diet? I guess yes, I will continue until I can't. I will see how my body reacts. So when it comes to workouts, when it comes to the gym, how the carnivore diet affected it, I have to say, while being on the gym, the first few weeks it affected it a lot. I felt really sluggish. I felt without any energy because I eliminated completely all the carbohydrates that I had before, and your body has to fat adapt to the diet. So basically your body has to reprogram your entire eating and reprogram your entire, how I'm going to explain it very easily. Basically, your body has to adapt to all the fat that you're eating, and this takes time. And while your body is fat adapting, you can feel really like crap. I felt like crap the first 2 weeks of it, and my workouts were horrible. I couldn't work out really properly. Now that since 1 month that I'm on it, I can say that my strength came back, my energy came back, and I feel great. So don't let it discourage you, because at the beginning, once your body, or let's say at the beginning, your body is fat adapting and it causes a lot of trouble, so your body has to adapt to it and so on, you'll feel like you will feel sluggish and like a crap, but that's normal. Later, give it 2 to 3 weeks and you will see that everything will ramp up really quickly. Another point I want to mention is the bathroom walks. Oh my God, at the beginning, as I mentioned previously with the workout, when your body is fat adapting and your body is not used to eating all the fat and all the proteins, oh my God, oh yeah, you are going to the bathroom very, very often. And I'm not talking the very satisfying poop, I'm talking about the very liquid poop. So for the first 3 weeks, yeah, 3 weeks, I will say, for me, so in my experience, I just was going to the bathroom all the time. In some days it was fine, I was going like once, but it was all the time liquid. So once your body is not fat adapted, you will walk to the bathroom very often. But again, don't let this discourage you if you want to try the carnivore diet. It's part of the process and it's completely normal. Last and not least, do I recommend you going on a carnivore journey? I would say definitely yes, try it out. Me, for example, many years ago when the Game Changer came out, like the documentation about the vegan diet, I tried the vegan diet and I didn't feel so great as now. I also did some mistakes while being on a vegan diet. I tried it for almost a month, but I couldn't sustain it. So try it and see for yourself. As I mentioned before, there are some downsides at the beginning, but these downsides, if you really stick to it, after a few weeks should go away and you should feel better afterwards. Of course, the other part that I want to mention, it can be a bit more on the expensive side, especially if you care about eating good meat. You will go very, very often to your butcher. You'll have nice conversations with him because he will get to know you, because you are twice a week there buying meat from him. You can also just buy minced meat, like me, like 1 or 2 kilos of minced meat, and eat this every evening. It's on the cheaper side, but when you get to know the meat and the cuts better, you'll know that you'll want some ribeye steaks, some New York strip steaks because they are delicious, maybe some dry aged with some marbling. So yeah, it's more on the expensive sides than other diets, but in my opinion it's worth giving it a shot. So if you try it, let me know. I hope this video was a bit helpful for you. I hope it clarified some points for you. This is just, again, I'm not a nutritionist expert. I'm just talking about my experience and how I feel during the whole journey. I will continue. I will see how far I can push my body with this diet, with the gym, with the hard works coming up, with my marathons, maybe doing some ultra marathons later, and see you